All right, guys. Welcome to the second 2014 J. Robinson Athlete Discussion. We got three people here representing two of our different camps, Oregon and Pennsylvania. So let's start with Bobby, and then go to Connor, and then Jared. Tell us your name, what city you're from, and what J. Robinson camp you went to this summer.
All right. Hi, I'm Bobby Pryhockey. I went to the 14-day Pennsylvania J. Robinson Intensive Camp, and I live in Lakeville, Illinois.
All right, Connor.
I'm Connor Lee. I'm from Hawaii, and I did the 14th J-Rob camp in Oregon.
And Jared.
Hi, I'm Jared Stark from Hartford, Wisconsin. I went to the J-Rob 14-day in Pennsylvania.
Okay, cool. So first question I got for you guys is, why did you decide to attend a J. Robinson camp this summer? Start with Bobby.
Well, I did this camp in 2013, and the reason I went then was I had a friend that did it, and I just saw like major improvement in the way he wrestled, like mental attitude, everything about him just changed when he came back. And then I went to the camp in 2013, and I loved it, and then I came back again in 2014 because I knew I got better in 2013, and I thought I can get better if I went again, and I think I definitely.
Okay, all right. Connor?
Okay, well, first of all, J-Rob's reputation is just amazing. So that's why I pretty much did it, because the reputation that J-Rob held or holds right now is like almost unbeatable by anything else. So like the recommendations from my coaches really pushed me to go, because actually I don't know many people in Hawaii that went. I don't think anybody in my schools ever went. So yeah, just like the reputation that it has is really good.
Yeah. Okay. So is there anything like this? I mean, not obviously like J. Robinson style, but any wrestling camps at all out in Hawaii, or is it just you kind of got to come to the continental United States to get it?
We have some wrestling camps, but not close to the merit of J-Rob.
Right. Okay. Okay. Cool. Jared?
Well, I went to the J-Rob camp 2013 last year, and I was there with Bobby, and I was inspired by my dad because when he was in high school, he did the 28th day in J-Rob camp, and my dad said, you know, it was the hardest thing he ever did, but it benefited him so much in life.
Yeah.
He's still talking about it. He's like, yeah, it's in his head like forever.
Yeah. Yeah, I know we got an awesome picture from you guys with you and your dad both with your shirts. Seth, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Got all four of you now. Yeah, thanks for logging on. Seth, appreciate it. So I'll get you caught up. We just had asked one question so far. Just give us your name, city, and what J. Robinson camp you went to this summer.
All right, my name's Seth Rich. I went to the 14-day intensive the 14-day in Oregon. So.
Yeah. And where are you from?
I'm from Syracuse, Utah.
Okay. Good deal. And then I'd ask the other three guys just to kind of describe why you decided to go to the particular J. Robinson camp that you did, or why'd you decide to go to J. Robinson at all?
I had a coach that went to the 28-day back when he was in high school, and he said it completely changed his life. So when I was going into my freshman year, I decided to go. So I went there for the first time, and then I went the 2013 and then this last year. But I just had such a great reputation from it that it really does change you and just makes you that much better. Gives that mental edge also.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so it looks like Seth, Jared, and Bobby, all three of you guys have been to J-Rob camps before. Can each of you, we'll start with Bobby, then go to Jared, then to Seth, just talk about the difference between the first time you were at camp and the second time you went. If you prepared differently, if you wrestled any differently, or just approached camp in a different way from the first time to the second time. Bobby?
Well, my first time going into camp, I didn't really know what to expect, so I just trained like what I thought was hard. And then going into the second camp, I had a whole new mindset. Like I was ready for some of the workouts. I saved some of them. Like I kept the photos of the schedules, and I would go through like a daily schedule just to prepare for it. And then I wrestled differently because like I was like, all right, I know what like they expect now. I'm just gonna go for it, and I gave it everything I had, like more than 2013.
Okay. All right. Jared.
Uh, for the for the last year's camp, I was expecting uh just hard work and pushing me to the limits and all of the above. But what I thought was okay. So when I went in the J-Rob camp, I was not expecting what I was expecting. But my dad told me about how hard it was going to be, and well, he said it was going to be, if you believed, then it was going to be a little bit easier. But when I went there, it was just complete. It was awesome, but it was just
Yeah.
it was yeah it was.
Did you prepare for it any differently the second time around, knowing how it
Oh yeah,
was?
I was expecting the same thing around, but I trained so much harder than last year to prepare for
Yeah.
this camp, and it benefited me well because I had my J Rob shirt.
Yep. Got it. All right, Seth.
Um, my first year that I went, I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. Like, I just thought it was a lot of hard wrestling and just a little bit of running. So I was just ready to go. Like, I ran a little bit, nothing too crazy. And I got there and I was overwhelmed about how much wrestling and running and everything it was all about. So my second time going, I trained a little bit harder, ran more, wrestled harder. And then this last time that I went, I trained completely different. I ran almost every day, wrestled every day with all my friends just to get ready for that mental edge, just kept going hard and everything like that. I had friends that went with me last year, so we did some of the workouts like the Jono run and the claw run, just kind of preparing us for J Rob. But yeah, I trained definitely a lot different the third time around.
Right. Okay. So Connor, how about you? Going to J-Rob the first time this summer, did you prepare in advance? Did you kind of start doing workouts a couple weeks, a month in advance to prepare for it, kind of the conditioning, or did you not really know it was going to be that much?
Well, I really didn't know what to expect, but then I ran for like about a month before every day, a couple miles a day, but I mean, nothing can really prepare you for what J-Rob has. But then at my wrestling club, we wrestle a lot too. Like our live sessions are pretty long, so I thought that was good enough on the wrestling live part, but it wasn't. Like the yeah, I ran, I wrestled, but it wasn't enough.
Not enough. Yeah. Okay. So for all four of you guys, I'll start with Bobby here. What areas of your wrestling game or your mental game, I guess, do you think you improved by going to the camp?
For my mental game, I definitely got like pushing through like being tired or like injured or anything like all that type of stuff. I was able to push through like way more. Like when I got back, I was just it was noticeably different. Like, I wouldn't stop when I got tired. I would keep pushing, and it changed my like actual wrestling. Like I learned a lot of great techniques from the staff and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I've started using those. I've incorporated those into my wrestling. And I feel like I've gotten a way better wrestler from those.
Okay, cool. Connor?
Well, mentally, yeah, just like you said, like J-Rob pushed me past all the limits that I thought I had. So now I know what like actual hard work is, and everything seems easier. So like I actually just did like my own claw run today by myself, and then people thought that was crazy, but I'm like, nah, I did that every morning. So then now I know what like true hard work is, and makes things seem easier. And then it makes me feel like I have an edge on people, which is really, it feels cool. Having an
Yeah.
edge on wrestlers, and physically, like yeah, obviously the crazy workouts helped a lot, and then just like it motivates me to want to stay in that shape and do those crazy workouts over and over again, so I won't lose what I gained at that camp. So mentally and physically, like it helped me so much that I can't even explain.
Yeah. Plus now you can get everybody in your school doing the claw run at once, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
All right. Jared?
Uh, the J-Rob camp, for me mentally, it improved my. I could break my break point by breaking points, and I could go past them and go beyond the wall that tries to stop you, but I find a way through them in a match and stuff
Mm-hmm.
to keep going when the other guy's tired and just break through the barrier.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Physically, the J-Rob experience it boosted my physical awareness 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, it was awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Seth?
It really helped me out mentally a lot because I knew in that third period I've been through all the third period in a match that I've been through it all. I've been through the workouts, the hard practices, and everything. That there's nothing that's gonna stop me now. That I've been through all the tough tasks and everything out there. That in this third period I'm gonna go get it because I pushed through it at J-Rob and I can push through it now. That's one thing I got from it is that no matter how hard it did get at J-Rob, it translated out into real world, like into a match that, it could be tough, it could be tight, it could be in overtime, but you're going to pull through it and you're going to just come back mentally strong and just keep your head on you.
Yeah. So do you think if this upcoming season or, in your wrestling career, if you're kind of, if you're in a match where you're, behind or just tired or frustrated, is it going to be maybe something that you call on that experience or like remember the intensity that you got through during the camp to kind of push through in the match then?
Yeah, definitely that'll definitely help out with all my matches in my wrestling career because it will just translate over to help me keep pushing through it.
Right. Okay, cool. All right, let's go on. Just want to ask you guys about what your favorite part of camp was. Can be anything from the hard sessions to one of the runs to, making friends, anything like that. I'll start with Bobby.
This is a tough one. I mean, everything at the camp I found was really fun. I thought the best part was like when you're taking that those last few steps on your marathon, you see the building, you see everyone standing there, and you're just it's just that feeling where you're like, yes, I'm done. And you push through and get the little burst of energy, and you get through, and you're finally done. You just feel that relief, making friends, and all the other workouts. I thought that was great too, but I think that stands out above all the other ones.
Yeah, just knowing that it's all the hard work's finally kind of come to an end in the last steps of the marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, Connor?
Yeah, just like you said too, it's a hard question because the camp as a whole is an amazing experience, but probably my favorite part would be the last red flag practice when we started chanting in the circle, I'm going to be somebody over and over again. I thought that was really cool because it's that feeling of accomplishment and sharing that with all these other people that went through the same thing as you is just amazing. It's unnatural. So that was guaranteed my favorite part.
Yeah. Okay. Jared?
My favorite part of camp, well, one of my favorite parts of camp was when we did the Navy SEAL Challenge. It was like the halfway point in camp where either I was going to break or I'm going to succeed. And last year when we did the Navy SEAL Challenge, I swam. I was doing really bad in swimming. I did pretty decent on everything else, but I didn't I got the tan shirt this year for the Navy SEAL Challenge, and last year I got the white shirt. So getting that tan shirt and almost getting the blue shirt, it just proved to me that all my hard work just paid off there, and I knew that all the training and hard work and running and all my friends that I made there, it just gave me motivation.
Yeah. Okay, good deal. Seth?
One of my favorite parts of camp was just the experience of wrestling with. I wrestled most of the time with the college wrestlers, and that taught me quite a bit while I was at camp. Just all about keep working through it and just keep, even when things were getting hard, just wrestling with those college wrestlers, and they were making you that much better. I also had a really good roommate. I was roommates with James Howie, the 66 day camper.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was my roommate for the last leg of the camp. So he made it a lot of fun because me and him could joke about it because we're both past campers. We had a great time just doing that together. So that was definitely one of my favorite parts.
Okay, cool. Actually, I'm going to go back to Bobby here and ask that to everybody. In terms of kind of your interactions with the counselors, did you feel that you were able to kind of like approach them like one-on-one and ask them about anything? And if so, if you felt like you could, were they helpful?
Yeah, I thought they were really helpful. I mean, they were like super nice. Like they weren't like they didn't think they were above you. Like any like most minor question, like you can grab any single one of them and they would all be more than willing to help you out. They were great counselors.
Yeah. Okay. Connor, what did you think?
I think the same thing. They were all amazing, and they helped me out a lot. Every question I brought, they answered, and then every technique problem I had, they helped me fix as much as they can. And I could really tell that they were there to help me get better, and that felt good.
Yeah. Okay. And Jared, what about you?
The coaches there were just they're spectacular. They helped me get through camp. Every single session, that technique, hard practice, they'd come over by me when I had a question and they'd help me. They'd give me their input on how they do that move, and they show me how they do it, and I try to copy that, and I really like how they give me the reassurance that when I get in a match, I can do that move guaranteed.
Yep. Okay. All right. So next thing I want to ask you guys is just if there was a point during camp at which you thought you were gonna just physically not make it, I guess physically or mentally, was there a point at which you thought it was like the hardest point, or I guess what particular aspect of camp like almost made you break, or what was the hardest for you? I'll start with Bobby.
I think my hardest part of the camp was I hurt my shoulder on like the second practice. It was the second hard practice, and I was freaking out. I was like, "Oh my God!" I started just like I just started freaking out because my shoulder. I couldn't really like do much with it. But then I went to the trainers and they helped me out. They told me I was all right. And after that was probably the toughest portion. Just like making sure my shoulder was okay and I wasn't gonna like have to like skip practice or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay. Connor?
The hardest part for me was probably actually like the night or two before the marathon. It's because I hurt one of my ankles pretty bad, and then I had pretty bad shin splints too. So I was really worried on completing the marathon on time. But then it worked out in the end. I looked up like how to tape my legs so it'll help like the pressure on my shins, and I taped up my ankle. It worked out fine in the end, but I was really nervous like the night before the marathon, like fearing that my injury would get in the way of finishing. But
right,
luckily,
you got through it.
Yeah.
All right, good deal. All right, Jared, hardest part of camp for you?
My hardest was during the marathon too. I was doing really good. I was in the front of the pack. I'm doing the 12 miles, and my legs just started cramping up like crazy, and I was just getting so frustrated. And I was like, I'm not gonna get through this. But since all the J-Rob attitude that I got, I pushed through it, and no matter the pain, no matter all the people that say that you can't do it, I pushed and I finished it in a very good time.
That's
awesome. I did it better than last year.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, Seth?
For me, the hardest part of it was that on day 12 at the hard practice, I got the chance to wrestle with Jason Ness, and me and him wrestled for 45 minutes, and it was just a straight go at each other. There was no breaks, no nothing. Me and him just got after it. Like I was just getting beat up, just up and down the mat. But it was really hard, but it kept me going. And then after that, he taught me a lot. Like just showed me on things I need to work on, but I didn't think I was gonna make it through it. It was day 12, I'm beat up, I'm just getting my butt kicked, but I just pushed through it and I got through it.
Yeah, that's an awesome experience though, getting to wrestle a national champ like that. 45 straight minutes.
Yeah, it was way cool.
Cool. Okay. Next thing I want to ask you guys is, I think you've all kind of mentioned it a little bit before in terms of what lessons, mental and physical, you're going to take with you after camp. But let's say 6 months down the road, when your next wrestling season starts up, what do you think is going to be the lasting impression of this camp, and what's it going to do for you in the coming wrestling season, Bobby?
I think the lasting impression is definitely going to be the mental toughness. Like all the stuff Jay talked to us about with being tough and pushing through and everything, like finding your wall, pushing yourself. I think that's going to stick with me forever, not even just 6 months. That'll be the rest of my life. I'm going to be remembering what he said and what he taught me and all that. I'm going to be applying it.
Yeah. Okay. Connor?
Yeah, just just like you said, the mental toughness, just all of Jay's speeches after the practices really stuck with me. And then especially like when he talked about being mentally tough in like defeat or failure when things are going bad. I'm gonna always remember what he said. He said like when the going gets bad, it's not God trying to tell you a sign, it's God trying to see how much you want it. And that popped into my head a couple of times in the marathon. My injuries are kind of sore, but I can tell like I'm gonna keep that quote with me every time something wrong happens or something bad, like there's something in my way that's hard to get over. But Jay's speech was really like insightful, and I'm never gonna forget them. Okay.
Awesome. Jared?
I have to agree with Bobby and Connor because the mental tough through the camps, it's stuck with me ever since last year and since this year passed on, and it's gonna stay with me forever. And when this wrestling season's coming, I know I'm gonna do great. I'm gonna strive to win, not lose. But
Right.
if anything goes wrong, it's okay because you worked your butt off and it pays off in the end.
Great. All right, and Seth?
I have to agree with these guys that the mental attitude is a big part of it that just you take away from it that just helps you out a ton. But for me, it's the hard work that you get taught at that camp. That no matter no matter what it is, just to work hard at it, even if it's something you don't want to do or anything like that. Like Jay said, if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you gotta change the way you work out, that's how you get better. And that hard work will apply to everything in life. And some of the counselors they said, and Jay, they said you can outwork 80% of the people in this world. And after this camp, I can see that it's true. You just got to keep working hard in every situation.
Okay, cool. So thanks for all those answers, guys. That was awesome. Want to know if you guys are planning on, if you guys, I'm sure made some friends while you were at camp. If you're planning on staying in touch with anybody that you met while you were there. Whether it's just like text every once in a while to say what's up, or getting together and at other tournaments or tournaments this winter or anything, and catching up about the camp or just asking how they're doing. Bobby?
Yeah, I've still been talking like pretty regularly. I've been talking with a lot of the guys that were like on my floor and like my wrestling partners and like everyone that was in my running group. Like we're all still pretty. We talk a lot still. Like I was just texting one yesterday. He was the room right next to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we plan on probably meeting up at a couple like those national like tournaments and stuff like that.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, Connor?
Yeah, I mean, me too. I'm in touch with a lot of the people and the friends that I made over there at the camp. I mean, it's only weeks, but in that 2 weeks we spend like every minute together. We bond so much through like this pure suffering and trying to push each other through. And I mean, I'm in Hawaii, so it's gonna be a little harder to meet up with people, but hopefully in the future I can see some of them again. I'm hoping to, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So do you guys think does it kind of create just like a brotherhood, like a fraternity, because everybody's going through the same thing all at the same time? Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Jared, what about you?
Yeah, I have so many friends from J-Rob camp that I'm still in keep in touch with. I actually just talked to James Howie yesterday. I was
awesome.
texting him, yeah, and I was congratulating him on all the achievements he's surpassed. It was pretty interesting, and I have a whole bunch of Instagram and Facebook friends from J Camp, so I'm following some of the coaches' staff and stuff too.
Yeah,
So
great.
I keep in touch with those guys.
Okay, awesome. Seth?
Yeah, I definitely made a bunch of good friends at this camp. More friends than I thought I was gonna make. Like, everybody just kind of comes together at these camps, and we all know that it's gonna suck, but we're gonna stay together through it all, and we have that trust in each other that just to not let it up, so we don't have to do that extra workout or anything else like that. But yeah, I followed a bunch of my friends like on Twitter and Instagram, and I have a couple of my friends that have already talked about meeting up at like Fargo and Freak Show and all that, all those big tournaments just to hang out and just talk. And I have a bunch of I got like Howie's and Connor's and all my friends like Snapchat so we can keep in touch on what's going on in their lives. And it's way cool because it's just like a brotherhood that it's 2 weeks, but it's 2 weeks that you becoming friends with these people you hardly know, but by the end they're your brothers and you can trust in them.
For sure, yeah. Social media is huge in that too, right? Just like keeping in touch with people and over your phone, a computer, or whatever makes it so simple. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to what recommendations you guys have for future campers. Start with Bobby.
Recommendations for them: definitely come prepared, like workouts, all that stuff. And then Jay said it this year. He even said it last year. You got to be open to make friends because the guys that think they're just gonna do this all by themselves and no one to talk to, they're gonna be like the quiet, not talk to anyone. You're not gonna get the same experience as the guys that are making like the friendships and the brotherhood and like all the other campers. It's just gonna be a little different and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Connor?
My advice would be try not to count the days you have left or anything. Like Jay was that advice in the beginning, and it helped out a lot. Like take things practice by practice or day by day, instead of saying we have a week left of this or 2 weeks left, because that's what killed me in the beginning. It's like, wow, how am I going to survive this? I have 2 weeks left of this, and day 1 or 2. But then just taking it practice by practice helped me get by and get used to it better. So by the second week, I was totally used to the practices and looking forward to them instead of being worried about what's going to happen.
Yep. Okay. And Jared?
I would agree with Bobby because if you train, but right like a month or a month and a half before camp, if you train hard and you get your run and stuff, weight lift, and try to get your endurance and all your strength up, it really helps in the long run because then it seems easier to get through camp.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, and Seth?
Just to make the best out of every workout, and every workout just try to get that much better. Like if you're just gonna start setting goals in every workout, like if you have to get 10 reps, get 15. Just keep pushing past what you have. Just work hard and just don't count the days either, because then it'll just last forever, and then you're tired and you're sick and you just want to go home. But just take every workout and just make the best out of everything that you got there.
Okay, great. All right, last question I got for y'all is if you remember any particular funny moments that happened at camp, something that sticks out that happened to you guys or with the counselors or anything like that was funny. Keep it clean, but just so start with Bobby.
Well, I remember every day Coach Rothers Coach Rothers would be walking around, and he would never give anyone a high five. He would always be like, "Hey man, high five." He's like, "No," and then everyone in the camp would be trying to get it from him, and he would just refuse to. And then on the very end, he started giving everyone high fives, and everyone, I don't know, it was just kind of a cool thing.
Nice, you had to earn that high five. All right, Connor?
I remember one time the coaches had us I think 2 of the running groups at night line up in this huge line, and then they tricked us into doing this fake workout where we did push-ups and sit-ups, and then they made us try to balance with our eyes closed. We had to stand super close together, hip to hip. We had to try to touch our toes and balance with our eyes closed, and we totally believed this was an actual workout test. They said we're testing our strength and stuff like that. and one of the coaches shoves the guy at the end, and all of our eyes are closed, right? So like we all fall down like a little dominoes. No, that was pretty funny. Like
Yeah, that's awesome.
I didn't see. And next thing I'm like trying to touch toes and bounce. Next thing I know, I'm on the ground. I was laughing. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, cool. All right, Jared.
Whoa, all the guys on my floor, since I was like the smallest, I was like the smallest guy at the J-Rob camp. I was, they decided to pull a prank on me in my dorm room when I came out of the shower. Yeah, I mean, came back to the dorms for their wrestling practice, and James Howie and all the other guys off my floor, they decided to jump me and put me in a box. They lifted me up and shoved me in a box, and then they started laughing, and it was hectic. There's like 10 guys in my dorm room, and they were like hiding everywhere, and they just jumped out of nowhere and just jumps me. It was hilarious. And then
Animal ambush.
yeah, they had videos and all that, and they're screaming and yelling, and the coaches came by, but they didn't really do anything, so it was hilarious.
Awesome. All right,
Yeah,
Seth.
it was.
I had quite a few funny experiences, but I think one of my funniest was we were all just kind of hanging out in my friend Connor's room one night, and his roommate had a perm, and so he had like a big old can of hairspray, and Dozel came in.
Blake?
What?
Is that Blake?
Yeah.
With the perm? Yeah. Okay.
And so Dozel came in. He's like, "What is this? Like, what are you using this for?" He's like, "It's for my hair, man." And it was just super funny.
Cool. All right. Well, all right. Thanks so much to all four of you guys. Really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us here. Definitely for all four of you, we'd love to be kept updated on your wrestling season. We're really hopeful that everything's going to go great for you this year, and wish you all the best success and good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yep. Talk to you guys later.
All right, see ya.
Bye. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
See ya. Bye, Bobby.
See you, Jared.
See ya.